So, yesterday I spilled water on my computer. Um, it still works, but it's very limited. I cannot type properly, so this is why I'm doing the vlog. Yeah, it doesn't run as well. So, simply I'm gonna have to go purchase a new one. I've written about this before, in which, what happened? Yeah, I broke 2 keys off, and I was thinking about it, or looking at it, and I realized that I wasn't angry about it, because I already planned to buy a new one, and it still worked, so all I did is have to just put up with it for a while. It's the system, which is cool. So yes, now I spilled water on it, and it's very hard to function around all of the errors. So when I said it's the system, I mean the system is limiting itself right now. Money is coming to it's becoming very scarce, and people aren't spending as much. People are being much more frugal. And this is that same point for me, that I've been quite frugal with my money, not spending money at all. I've been very, very held back within spending money so that I could save up more and more and have more freedom. But it's not true. I mean, I am gonna have to spend money to get a new one. Yeah, getting a new one is probably the best idea. Because this thing is quite old. It's about 10 years or so. So it's cool that it lasted for 10 years, and it would have lasted for longer if I didn't fuck with it. Simply. But shit happens. It is showing me something about me. And it's the money point. It's the fact that I still do not want to spend money on it today, even though I have the money. And I'm finding excuses to not spend money on it. Just because I want to hold on to my money for a bit longer. Which is ridiculous. Hmm. So I guess I'm gonna go around today and look at laptops. because I can't type. Interesting. I feel like sharing anyways. So, when I spilled the water on my laptop, I just looked at it and I realized what I did, and I realized the consequences of it, and I stood there just looking at it. And then I decided to go get paper towels and clean it up and hope for the best. I turned it off to let it dry out, but the keys are fucked. I guess now the touchpad is fucked. Like the scrolling thing and the clickers. So, what was interesting in that moment is that I wanted to be left alone. My dog, or my mom's dog, it doesn't matter, was sitting like on the ground by my feet, sniffing at my food, and I just wanted her to leave in that moment. I um I yelled at her to stop, and I was getting angry at her, and I realized this, and I knew it was bullshit, so I stopped it, and I forgave myself for blaming her. But there's this whole, like, tense, uh, energy within me in that moment. Um, so the fucked up thing what happened is that as I spilt it, I didn't get angry at myself, but I looked for something to blame because I felt inferior to the situation because all I could do was hope that the water wouldn't seep in and fuck with the keys. I couldn't direct it. I couldn't direct it to the outcome that I wanted. So I was hoping and blaming instead of knowing that I was simply gonna fuck with it. So I'm kind of venting right now. I find it fine. I mean, I'm not going to post this, but this is basically my writing. I would write about it and vent. Release the steam, the energy. So, solutions and questions. The question is, how did I get to that point? I was very kind of excited in that moment, trying to direct my reality. I've talked with Sally about this, where you have to have like everything set up perfectly in your environment, and then you're like, yes, I'm ready, and you know, it's a feeling. So I was doing that at that moment, and then I spilled water. Yeah, I was like kind of Not agitated, but jumpy. Just like excited. And then, I just spilled water. And then looked at it. So this is an interesting point. Because I am just looking at myself right now. In what I'm saying and how I'm speaking. Wow, I got time. So I'm judging myself right now for not being effective in speaking, because I am saying bullshit, basically. But the point here is money. The fact that I have the money, yeah, I do not want to spend it because I want to hold on to the money. Even though spending the money would be quite useful. Quite. The excuse that I've been making is that I just noticed I'm like this a lot. I'm just kind of feeling down about the situation. Feeling inferior to it. So the excuse that I was making was that I have a $500, we have debit cards in Canada. I know that debit cards in the US are not the same. This one, like our debit cards are directly connected to our bank account, and there's like an unlimited usage fee. Yeah. Which is kind of fucked up, because what I've been doing is that I've been trying to keep my money over $3,000 in my bank account so that I don't pay any fees. Because I pay like $13 a month or something if I don't have $3,000 in my bank account, which is kind of fucked up. Anyways, there's a $500 limit to me swiping my card. So today I'm paying for rent, as it's the 1st of March, which is kind of cool. And rent is $420, so roughly I'd be taking out $1,000 of my money. Yeah. And I fear this extensively. I've never fucking spent $1,000 of my own money in one go. I'm in fear of letting it go. But I mean, what else is it there for? So I guess what I could do is just place it on my credit card and then pay off my credit card immediately, because I'm not fucking holding that money there. Again, there's that point of fear of going in debt, money woes. This money point is massive for me. It's quite elaborate. So I fear letting go of my money, because, yeah, I see it as a point of security. I fear going in debt. I fear owing money. So that is why I've been frugal with my money and not spending it just on necessities. Spending it within and as necessity. So, yeah, simply I am going to have to buy a laptop today. And that's the solution. That was like the light bulb going off. Ding! So, yeah, there's ways around it. And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to put it on my credit card. And then just transfer the money there. Fuck. That's why I say fuck. Because the past few months I've been continuously saving and saving. And I've gone from 0 to 3 grand, which is cool. I've never had that much money before. So, the past, yeah, everything's been breaking around me. The past month, my knapsack broke, like the zipper. I got it fixed once, and then it broke again after probably another month of use. So I decided to invest in a new backpack. And that costed me $100, roughly, yeah. And I decided on spending that $100 towards it because it seems durable, and there's actually a warranty on it. And the other ones, they had very flimsy material, and I just did not trust them. And again, that point there of spending the money to for necessity, because I mean all the other backpacks were quite cheaper, but again they're cheaper quality. So the whole point there was I needed a quality backpack, and for that I have to spend more money. And again, there's that point there of holding on to the money, of wanting to spend as little as possible. And I just, yeah, I let that go. And that point, I decided to spend. And in skateboarding, a while ago, my truck broke. So my truck is the metal axle that attaches onto the wooden plank. So that broke, and then I ended up buying a pair of trucks off of a friend of a friend who doesn't skate anymore. And then from there, each time I've gone skateboarding, I've broken something. I've broken many, many bearings. The bearings are what sits inside the wheels and sits on the axle then, and then just allows it to spin. I've broken every single one of those bearings because with the trucks, he also gave me the wheels that were attached to the trucks because I'm sure he didn't just give a fuck. And the bearings were quite old then. And so each time I've gone skateboarding, I've broken something. And then when I finally break all of the bearings and I replace them because I have bearings, I then break my deck. I break the wooden plank. And yeah, so I bought another one. There's this whole point of breaking and spending. Uh, Everything is just breaking around me. I didn't notice this until now. I mean, with the skateboard I noticed it, but I didn't realize that it's been the backpack, the skateboard, now this laptop. I'm trying to think of anything else that is breaking around me. Yeah, I dropped my insulin and the glass part shattered, and I didn't want to buy more insulin right at that moment because, yeah, I needed it. And anyways, I had to buy insulin at some point, uh, but it was still usable, so I used it. So yeah, this whole point of money and worrying about money is leading everything to just break. So I'm glad that I had bearings, but the whole point is spending when it is a necessity. Yeah, it's basically my construct around money. It's just holding on to it, and it's fucking with me. So I'm gonna have to let go of my money. And no, I'm not gonna go donate shit to a charity or cause myself to be in a troubled financial situation. I'm just gonna go buy a laptop today. Simply because I need one. Jesus. I forgive myself for accepting and allowing myself to worry about money, to worry about the amount of money I have, to worry about spending money, to worry about my income. Yes, that's the point. So, and there's this point now too, of wanting to search around so that I can find the best deal. Uh, so that I can not spend, so I can spend the least amount of money possible on the best quality something. This point is killing me. So simply, I have to let it go and stop worrying about what I'm going to spend money on, or how much it's going to cost me. I just have to know if I have the money there, and if I have enough to support my life. Alright. If I post this, thank you for watching.